Hey, here we are. Welcome to the Baco Motorsports Power Hour Auto Club Famoso Raceway segment. I'm Mike Griffith, Bakersfield, Californian motorsports writer. I've got Matt Antolak here.
Antolik.
Matt Antolak here. He kind of has a few things to do with Famoso.
A couple
Some marketing
of
and
things.
stuff. Blake texted me and said they've got some cars out at the racetrack
They're
today.
doing some testing.
Doing some testing, and his dad's not there, so he's being a racetrack
John's
promoter,
probably at
owner,
the beach,
whatever.
just
Well, John's
drinking
earned
some
that.
Mai Tais. And,
Well, John's been around for a while. He earns some time off, I think.
Just a little.
There's Blake. There he
What
is.
he's doing right now is on the tractor going down the. Going down.
That tractor. What we don't see is the back end of that tractor. That shot it drags old racing slicks,
Right.
and puts pressure on them. You put them in there. They turn the wrong direction, the opposite direction, and puts rubber on the racetrack, which helps
for
with
traction.
traction. And Tom also had a shot of spraying the VHT chemicals on the track last week because it was the Summit Racing Series, the NHRA Summit Racing Series opened its season at the Auto Club Famoso Raceway
Right.
with two races. They had the race on Saturday and Sunday, separate races both days. I think there were about 111 cars participated in that. Got a couple of slides here from the Super Pro cars. That's Krista Sudam. She was the champion last year. Did not start the season too well this year. I saw the results, and not a great weekend for her. And that's how it is racing. I believe that might be Kevin Pope. I'm not sure. That's one of the Super Pro cars that Thomas spent 2 days out there, I think, shot.
Right.
And so then the races, Roger Phillips won on Saturday. He defeated Kevin Pope Jr. I believe that was Kevin Pope's car.
Yeah,
that was we saw the back end. And then on the second day, it was Justin Harris got Gage Cameron. There were a total of 18 Super Pro cars, which I think is when I was out there last year talking to Chris a bit, that's what she said. She said it's funny, different tracks, certain classes are more popular at different tracks. She says that Bakersfield, the pro class is really the most popular class, and over the weekend there were 43 cars in that class.
You're right.
So that's a lot of round of racing. And Tom was there, and I think Tom likes these the pro class because Chris, go ahead and roll through some of these slides slowly. Here we can see it. I think this is why Tom likes this class because he certainly likes wheels up, whole variety of cars here. Go ahead and show that one. But I think every one of these shots that Tom took out here, the pro cars, they all launched with the wheels up. And a lot of them are the old school cars. Some newer cars, and this isn't like nostalgia racing. You don't have to have old stuff. It's the 84 Mustang. I believe that's Greg Dreer here. Dreer from Bakersfield. That's Mark Kirby from Bakersfield. He won on Sunday, so there's the results. Dean Kirkman won on Saturday, beat Greg. Mark Kirby came back, won on Sunday. He did not race on Saturday, Mark. And Greg was runner-up again. So Greg ends up being the points leader. I think that's a great weekend if you don't get a win, but it shows the consistency needed for championships. He's got a huge lead, 168 points over Dean Kirkman's 135. Just 2 races into the series. It's an 8-race series, and as Blake has it, what they do is run 4 times a year, but double up. So there's 2 races every weekend, make it easier on the racers who are traveling here because a lot of racers are coming from long areas.
All over Colorado, Arizona, Nevada, even down from Oregon. We had some of the people coming in. Somebody came from, when they came in from South Dakota.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, probably wanted to get out of the weather. Heard it was springtime down in Bakersfield.
Something like that. Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, we have another round of Summit Racing next weekend on the 25th and 26th. It'll be races 3 and 4.
You've got
it'll
that.
be the same type of racing coming up that they did this last weekend.
We've got that. I'm not sure which class this was because I couldn't see the numbers on these cars, so I just threw this photo in here because we love VWs. And as I said, it's not all old cars. It's a fairly new Mustang GT there, and obviously a little bit of power in that car. This was a sportsman class. C.W. Hofer beat Sasha Hofer on Saturday, and then Tim Armswald beat C.W. Hofer on Sunday. So a good weekend for CW there, and like Greg in the pro class, you run, you do well in both races. You got a pretty big points lead to start the season. And the next up, we had some motorcycles here, and interesting, you had 18 motorcycles there and a wide variety of bikes out there. Robert Alther is a points leader right now, but Bob Good defeated Mark Avila on the first day. And then David Ocha defeated Robert Alther on the second day. And Robert from Bakersfield, he's got the points lead. So he must have probably made the semis or something there.
Right.
And I think that's a 2000, if I looked, Harley Davidson Road King that he was.
That thing is amazing. I've seen him in
Have you seen
a
him
lot
out
of the
there?
other races. Wasn't out there this past weekend, but he comes to our races all the time. That's a great Harley. I'd love to see that on the street with a cop next to him and take off.
Is
But
it?
he probably wouldn't.
Yeah.
He probably wouldn't do that on the street.
That's not a street bike.
No, not
No.
really. But
No,
it would be fun.
Not really. And in addition to and I don't know, I didn't get out there, so it's a Summit Series race, plus it's an open test and tune. And we've got a turbocharged car here and doing a burnout, another
Right,
turbocharger here.
Yeah.
So a lot of testing and tuning. I don't know how many cars are out there for that. You can see on the window there it says test. So they're out there just taking advantage of a great track. If you want to know what your car is going to do and you're just out there working for some other racer, just want to see what it runs, you can go out there and see what it
True.
runs.
True. A lot of guys are, a lot of guys were here for March meet, and then they're still getting ready for the rest of the season. So they love anytime we pull a test and tune. These guys love to come out.
You got that. So I'd say that's a pretty good turnout. 111 cars over the 2 days, plus the test and tune cars. Obviously, pro 43 cars. That's a lot of rounds. So that's 5 rounds of competition to win. So if you win a pro race out there at Auto Club Famoso Raceway, you've earned it.
You earn your badge.
Certainly. And then,
merit badge.
as you said, we got the next Summit Series race coming up in 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
And
Two
then
weekends.
2 weekends, and then we take a little. There it is, March 25th, 26th, Summit Racing Series races 3 and 4, and another open test and tune. Then you get a week off, and then it kicks off. April's got a couple races. The first one up is the Red List Series on April 8th.
That's huge for the imports on Saturday. Packs out the track. Those guys are great. He runs a great race for that.
And he's got a truck war that he started here a couple of years ago. Turned out very popular. So many truck people in Bakersfield. On Sunday, it's truck wars. But the thing about the Red List group, there's races and there's money for winning the races. There's a show, and there's all kinds of perk monies. What we call closest to a dial-in.
Right.
Is 50, or quickest reaction time is like $50 or something. Closest to 11.00 gets you some money. The same with 10.0 gets you some money. There's a whole list
12
there, right?
and 13, yeah.
Yeah.
They have like quickest Euro, quickest bike, quickest Japanese import, quickest classic, quickest domestic, quickest ET, and they have overall trophies, and it's
So basically, they're just not. There's an overall winner who's going to win whatever races they're in. But also, I always liked it back in the day when I was bracket racing, back with the Flintstone car I had. if you ran your dial-in, which was long before electronics, we're talking dark ages. But if you run right on your dial-in, it was pretty good. And they had some perks. You could get like a case of oil for running your dial-in or something.
You get something
and
for coming out.
Racers appreciate that.
Oh yeah.
And you get a gift certificate or $50 certificate or $100. I'm telling you, racers appreciate that, and it makes them feel good.
Yeah, anytime you get a prize.
Yeah.
But as long as you accomplish it.
Yeah, because you might not win the overall race, but you didn't go home empty-handed.
Yeah.
So that's, and then you take a little break from the Red List group, and I think he's got much the same thing with the truck wars. He's going to have the same.
Oh yeah, same kind of things. Closest to 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and you got. There's trophies, quickest Mopar, quickest Chevy, quickest Ford, quickest ET again, just all kinds.
And there it is, bragging rights. That Chevy might be quicker than I am, but I've got the quickest Ford.
And there's truck show on the Friday or on the Saturday. They have the car show along with the race, and the same thing on Sunday with the truck show along with the race. So, I mean, just go out, show off your truck. I mean, a lot of guys don't want to put that kind of pressure and stuff like that on their truck. So go out and show it.
They just show it, right? And then a 2-week break after that, and come out with the ANRA season opener.
Oh yeah,
Butch's deal.
Get a Butchie.
Get a Butchie. ANRA, the American Nostalgia Racing Association. He runs 4 races a year. It's nostalgia style cars. That we say they're older cars. They're all really modern race cars. Let's not fool ourselves. There aren't any stock '67 Mustangs out there racing.
Right.
But they're out there racing in a wide variety of classes, all the A through E gas and that sort of stuff. But he got there. That's his big opener, and that on that Saturday night they have the barbecue, and they honor the champions for the past season. And last year I think they had 300 or 301 race cars in the pits,
just around 300
for that opener. And as take it from Matt. They race. They do all the time trials on Saturday, and then all the eliminations are on Sunday on Butcher's events.
Right.
Saturday after the end of the time trials, so about 5:00, line starts forming for that barbecue.
Oh yeah,
that's
gets
a good barbecue.
Tri-tip
and beans and salad. It's a good deal.
It's huge. It's a great meal, and Butch puts on such a great race, and people love coming to his races because he makes it about the racers and their whole experience, and they love coming out for that. It's not about,
he
the
tries
big
to make
deal.
it a family type deal.
Yeah, it's a family thing. You're part of the race, and he doesn't put up with a whole lot. It's he keeps a pretty tight ship, but still, I mean, your experience that I've talked to everybody out there on his races, they just, they love coming to the ANRA races.
Okay, that's about a month off. I want to thank you for dropping by, Matt.
My pleasure, but I want to bring up one thing, too. Don't forget our summer series, starting in May each month, our Street Tuners.
Right.
Which is open to, we're trying to keep, this is more the street legal cars, and you can bring everything from your grandma's 76 Gremlin up to your super turbocharged Corvette, and that kind of thing. We want to keep it more in the street. We want to get the imports out there. They love that. I was up in Fresno and doing some work for the March Meet, and a lot of the shops, the tire wheel shops and things like, oh yeah, Street Tuners, yeah, we're going to be there. We got 2 teams and we're coming down. So everything from Fresno all to the coast and everything, love coming up for the Street Tuners.
We'll talk more about that in upcoming shows that's coming up in May. So we want to get that at the Street Tuner guys. Once again, I want to thank you for coming in.
Thank you so much.
And we're going to be back with the Big Show Speedway segment in a few minutes.
Thanks.